as I stated this morning, the race between Jackson and my dad Chuck, we went and picked up his new motor. Right there. T56. Swap pan, harness, we'll just use the ECU, some nitrous bottles, I don't know, got those two for some reason, new clutch, and I think that's it. But yeah, the old 355 is coming out of candy. Whew. And the LS3 with a, I believe a 6 or 2, 6, 5, 7 something Whipple on it, I don't know. Made 550 horsepower to the wheels, and the Camaro was in. So it's going to be a real game changer for this thing. So out with that thingy, my bobber. Great running engine, not a problem. Just a little rich, needs to be tuned because it's got a carburetor on it that was on one of my cars before. Hey, we never really tuned it. We just threw it on to get it running. Now we're going full supercharged EFI. This car's got a lot of sentimental value for me, so I am happy to be working on it again. I'm hoping that my dad will actually get out and drive it a little bit more. He's probably only put about 1,000 miles on the thing since the 80s. It's basically been a garage queen. So, yeah, this thing's gonna definitely go through a transformation with this bad boy in here. Well, we're finally gonna get started tearing into this bad boy. I think I'm just gonna start off tonight by doing some simple stuff like ripping the exhaust off. Oh, maybe pull the drive shaft out. Oh, there's so much to do, but it's got to get done. So it ain't gonna get done if we just don't do anything. So time to get stuff done. Kind of got to poop again. Slaving away on candy. Got some stuff done tonight. See if I can get the camera switched around here. We got the gas tank out. Pulled the exhaust down, got the headers off, Z-bar off, drive shaft out, fuel pump out. Oh, making way for the new EFI unit T56 Magnum and Ford 9-inch. I don't know if you could see any of that, where if I was even pointing the flashlight or camera in the right spot. Hopefully maybe tomorrow night we'll be able to start pulling some of the front clip stuff off, the core support and things like that to get the motor out. I don't know if we'll actually get the motor yanked out tomorrow night or not, but we're making some good headway on this thing, and then comes the fun of cleaning everything up and mock up and trying to get this LS fit in here. So yeah, this is gonna be cool. I'm pumped to be working on this thing. It's probably been 12 years since we worked on it, so I'm pumped. Oh, GoPro got me again. Dang thing died on time lapse, but we do have the engine out. Not too bad to get out. I actually did it by myself, so that's pretty sweet. Flashlight's dead, or I'd show you the engine bay a little better, but motor and trans out. Step 4 completed. Yeah. Pretty nice little unit. But that's a unit right there. Now, time to mock that big bastard up in here. That's going to be the fun part. I don't know if we'll just go straight for dropping that motor in. I do have a mock-up block that we might use to see if it fits with the motor mounts, make sure all that stuff is good, because, you know, who knows. But, yeah. Small block Chevy out. Make room for LS. Hell yeah. Is this a trunk key he's been looking for freaking 3 years? Has it really been sitting here? Son of a bitch. Let's go see if this is a trunk key. He lost a trunk key years ago. It's not the trunk key. Damn it. I was hoping that would be the trunk key. Bummer. The trunk key has been in the trunk for the entire time that I have been alive, and it disappeared. But when I pulled the transmission out, it was way up in the air, and so the shifter is just hanging out. So we're gonna go ahead and yank this ball off real quick and get this shifter out of the way. And to the ground you go. Nailed it. Over here on Project Candy, I have the mock-up block mocked up. The T56 bell housing, because we did not buy the Speedway skeleton frame T56er. Magnum bell housing, because I didn't realize I needed to buy that separately, but that's fine, we have a bell housing. So, got this thing all put together, mocked up, motor mounts are on right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and stuff this thing in here and see how it lines up with, it's really dark in here, those motor mounts. I don't know if this trans is going to fit the tunnel. And one thing that Chuck is very adamant about is that we're not cutting the car up. So if the T56 doesn't fit, we're going to go back to the drawing board on transmissions, which is going to be a bummer because we've got a brand new T56 right there in the corner. And it'd be sweet to have this thing be a 6-speed, because why not have a 6-speed in it? So let's go ahead and awkwardly pick this thing up and stab it in the hole. All right, so I measured the small block Chevy block, and it was roughly 16 inches from the back of the block to center line of that motor mount. And we are about 3/4 to an inch off from dropping down. I'm gonna go ahead and pull those mounts off and slide them back, which is probably gonna be about, slide them back 1.5 inches. So it's gonna move the motor forward 1.5 inches, but that'll be fine because we're sitting on the firewall there on this side and dang near hitting on that side. So that should give us a little bit of room. It's a little concerning because there ain't much room up front for accessories and all that stuff, but we are going to be moving the radiator to the front side of the core support, so should gain all that room back. We should have plenty of room up there, so let's go ahead and move those mounts. Let's go ahead and move those mounts and get them where they belong. And if this thing will just drop right in and clear, then now, okay, cool. Now we can go ahead and bolt the motor up, get the transmission bolted up, slide everything in there, and then get it set home where it belongs. I'm a little concerned about having to pull that carpet up because it looks like it's glued down, and that's going to be, you know, whatever. It's going to be fun to try to modify all this and then just keep it so that we don't have to redo the carpet and don't have to redo all that stuff, because Chuck wants to keep it as you know, original as possible. However, we're putting an LS T56 forward 9-inch, so there ain't nothing original about it, but we're gonna do our best to keep everything original-ish looking. So let's go ahead and move those motor mounts back, which will push the motor forward, and see where that falls into place. Yeah, buddy. Poly swap pan, so hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to get it in here. Oof, we go forward 1.5 inches, that's not gonna be happy unless this part will be underneath, and that motor is gonna come down. Motor's gonna drop probably 1 inch. Man, that's gonna be tight. It's gonna be really tight. Yeah, I can't get that in anymore. Shit. We might be running into some interference issues. Let's move that motor forward 1.5 inches. That's gonna be trouble. All right, well, we're gonna move those mounts. It's not looking good for the swap pan, but Let's move them, see what it looks like. Oh shit. Yeah, there ain't no room there for that. That's gonna be, the swap pan's gonna be tight. Moving it forward regardless, because then it comes down where it needs to be. Yeah, if it sits up there, we're probably gonna end up moving those motor mounts, would be my guess, because I don't think that's gonna clear. So in here we got the oil pan mounted onto the dummy block, and we're hitting on the firewall. We got to come forward 2 inches. We ended up buying a different oil pan. I think this one's going to be more for like a Chevelle, which is what this motor was going into originally. So we've got the Holley, what is it, 302-1 swap pan, and we're going to get this pulled out so we can get this motor and trans pulled out so we can swap the oil pan off, and then we'll probably test fit it again. But I do believe that these motor mounts are going to have to raise a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch, because when it's down all the way, the front tabs on the oil pan hit the cross member. So we're going to have to raise the front of the motor up. But if we're able to go forward about 2 inches, 1.5 inches with that new pan, because it's a shorter sump from here to here, I think it's like stops about here. So that's going to be able to let us move the whole motor forward, which then will get us away from the firewall with the head, which then will allow us to take the whole motor up. So we're going to go ahead and get that pulled out. We'll probably throw it in one more time, see how it fits, but I think we're going to have to cut those motor mounts out. Bummer. Oh well, they were booger welded in there. I mean, I think I did that, so I'm embarrassed about that. That was on the old Cricut flux core welder, so hopefully they won't be too difficult to cut out. Brake lines and stuff are going to be in the way. Yeah, like it's just poop welds.